Hey guys, what's up? Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to our show. We have, of course, a show full of politics for you. Real quickly, I'm going to run down the topics and then we're going to get started with our intro. First, we're going to be talking about Trump. Trump is surprisingly, he is suing, and I didn't even think about this. He is suing, or I'm sorry, he's filing with the FEC a complaint over the now $91 million that the Kamala Harris, I have to stop getting used to Biden Harris, but the Kamala Harris presidential campaign seemingly raised in 24 to 48 hours. Amazing, right? Well, what Trump is saying is that hold on just a minute, because I'm pretty sure they violated campaign finance rules and Biden just rolled over what he had in his campaign account into her account. So for those of you guys that think that Kamala just raised all this incredible support over the last 48 hours, it may not be what it seems. Also, Black Lives Matter is saying that Dems are the party of hypocrites for installing Kamala Harris. This story I found fascinating. We're going to take a look at it. And this one I found not so fascinating, but we have to report on it anyways. People are thinking that this is going to result in something, but the House GOP lawmakers have now filed articles of impeachment against Kamala Harris for her inability to act on border security, basically. Honestly, this doesn't move me whatsoever because I think, what was it, 6 months ago, they also filed articles of impeachment on Joe Biden and nothing happened with that. So we'll see. Joy Reid, we got to talk about her because she has been saying a whole lot. We'll also probably sprinkle in some of the commentary from The View because all those knuckleheads go hand in hand. But she issued a warning to Black people who don't vote for Kamala Harris. There's several people that all of a sudden are just so pro Kamala Harris. I mean, obviously that is their only choice, but yeah, she's getting a little crazy with it. Then this is an article I have not fully read yet, but I have heard that the shooter or the attempted the shooting of Trump, the shooter at the rally, Crooks, his father has now been seen and is speaking out for the first time since the assassination. And of course, we will have a lot of other news sprinkled in there as well, because you guys know how we do. We can never stick to one topic. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and roll the intro. Sorry, my intro today is a little bit rusty. When I don't do it for a few days, it gets a little not as smooth, but you guys know the drill. Go ahead and grab a snack, grab a drink, kick back, and get ready for a great show because it starts right now.
You are now tuned into Somewhere in the Middle with Soonie and Mo.
Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay.
Hey, Don on the beat.
Ay, I got so many ups.
Everywhere I go, I
got so many ups.
so many ups.
I know they plotting against me. I know it's hate, they wanna kill me, but please don't tempt me, cause I got so many glocks. Ay, ain't none of them empty. Jesus said they would hate me too. That's how I know it's envy. I got so many ups.
Soonie didn't out herself back in. There she
She
is.
always forgets me, man. I feel some
forgot-
type of way.
I forgot.
You
about
start, I don't even be up here. What's
My
up, guys?
bad. My bad. Dude, I literally I was looking over my phone. This is probably why I forgot, because I was looking over my phone and I'm like, what? I just now got the notification that we're going live.
Oh, yeah, so did I. I just got a bunch of notifications that came through. At least they went out. Better late than never, right?
Super late. Yeah. What's up, guys, in the comments? I see Marlandon was in there commenting before the show even started. We'll go over some of his some of his stuff. What's up?
Rushing. Don't be
Yeah.
rushing me. Shit.
Always. What's up, JC? What's up, Amy? What's up, Judy? What's up, Jacqueline? How you doing? Jacqueline. Anyways, girl, I'm tired.
It ain't even started yet. I'm getting rejuvenated. I'm ready. I'm here. How you tired already?
Because it's almost like we thought the news cycle moved fast before. It's faster. It's faster now. Like this morning, Joe Biden was dead. By noon, he had resurfaced. Like, it's just the weirdest thing. Like, you just can't even talk about stuff because it just changes moment to moment. You never know what we're gonna get.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and I can't remember what happened. I think last time we were on the show, because we didn't do a show on Friday, right? Or did we do a
We
show
didn't
on
do a show on
Friday?
Friday. No, we didn't.
That was just right after the Trump shooting, and look what all has happened since then.
A whole lot.
Cheatle has resigned, the FBI director has resigned. I watched that entire Senate hearing, which
Yeah, I
was
watched that. That was she got destroyed.
crazy. She got destroyed.
She
And
got destroyed.
I mean, even by AOC, which was unbelievable. Even by AOC. I think it was a little too late. I think she resigned because not because she failed at her job, but because she failed to get the job done, which was to get, make sure Trump didn't walk off that stage alive.
Mhm. I
You
believe
know?
I believe she wanted him dead.
Oh, well, at least that was that was the directive they gave her, you know.
For
She failed
sure.
at that. She failed at that for sure. So,
And they got to get her out of there because you keep talking, they go dig some stuff up. So you go ahead and resign.
yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
told her, all right, it's time to bow out, like they told Joe. It's time to bow out, Joe. You've been
Mhm.
fighting long and hard, but your turn is done.
Yeah.
You know, Cardi B got online and gave her ignorant assessment of Kamala Harris and the whole Biden situation. Did you
What
did you
was
get to
it?
see that?
Do you have
It
it?
was
Is it
a
a
hot,
clip?
I do have it. It was a hot mess fucking express.
Oh, I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it.
She seems to be on some sort of drug. I don't know if it's natural or synthetic, but bruh,
Is she pregnant again? Isn't she like on her third kid?
I don't know what she got going on. I just know she sounded crazy as hell in that video.
Oh my god, why am I not seeing Cardi B posts?
Cardi B is on Twitter right now posting. She
Because I
said the most asinine thing ever. She said, "What what does who Kamala fucks have to how does she word it? Who Kamala is fucking means nothing when it comes to her, you know, credentials." And I said,
Really?
even her credentials don't render her qualified to be president of the United States. And of course, I cited the border.
Right.
Um, and I have a video, that will, and I think Republicans should use this in their articles of impeachment. Um, it's to me, articles of impeachment, when articles of impeachment are properly applied, I'm not
Mhm.
talking about what Democrats did. I'm not talking about what, what's her name? Marjorie Taylor Greene did. To me, that's frivolous.
Mhm.
But when you submit articles of impeachment and you cite you didn't do your job with the border and you lied to the American people about the state of the president because she absolutely knew. To me,
Mhm.
all it does is draw attention to her stint in the VP position, which I think
Yeah.
people should pay attention to. Do I
Yeah.
think she's actually going to be impeached? No. But it's definitely going to do something significant because people are going to tune in to watch this.
Mhm.
CNN is purposefully not showing anything. Nothing. I'll show you guys. CNN is not reporting this at all. You
The
gotta wonder
impeachment.
why. They're not. If you type Kamala Harris impeachment,
Mhm.
this is CNN. Oops, I spelled it wrong. My bad.
It looks like it's pro-Trump news.
This is what comes up. Kamala Harris impeachment. Do you see anything about her being impeached?
Oh, that's crazy. Well, and you bring up a good point because I'm thinking about it. Like, starting back to Trump with the word impeachment and the 25th Amendment, which are two very serious things. Like, I think prior to them trying it on Trump,
Mhm.
um, those two words were not thrown around easily. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
seems like since Trump, it's like they use it just to get a headline, just to get attention.
Mhm.
Like, oh, I'm gonna, I want some attention in Congress. One of the Congress people, they want some attention. So I'm just gonna say I introduced articles of impeachment.
Yeah.
Or I'm calling for the 25th Amendment. You know what I mean? It just seems like
Yeah.
they're using that for clicks these days
Mhm.
when it's a very serious thing to impeach a president,
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Let me see.
My
You said
my
I'm
next
loud.
one.
I'm loud and clear, and Mo not so much. I don't know. She said I was loud too. I'm like, my mic is all the way down. I don't.
Is that better?
Can you guys hear her good now? They put out a story saying we got a lot of new viewers. See, this is what politics does, bro. When election season comes back around, people start to pay attention. Maybe I might retract what I said earlier. I don't know yet. I was talking major shit.
Anyways, I want to see the Cardi B thing. You have it?
I do have it. It's right here. Tito, what the hell are you doing following Cardi B? Social media be snitching on y'all. As you can see, there's no follow there because I don't follow this broad. Here we go.
Don't talk about my wig. Don't talk about my wig. Don't talk about my wig. Damn, I need to call my. You got Lavami's number? Fuck, I need to get my thing downstairs. Where's my fucking followers at? I want to say one fucking things to you motherfuckers. I want to talk about this. Where's my followers? It's 3 a.m. over here. It's 6 a.m. and where the fuck the Eastern shit. I want to say this though, right? Y'all know I'm not voting and I got my reasons why I'm not going to vote. But I do have some of my opinions, right? I feel like it was very selfish of Biden or the whole Democrat party association, whatever the fuck they got going on. I feel like it's very selfish that they allow Biden. Don't talk about my wig.
Oh, sorry.
Don't talk about my
Next
wig.
slide.
Don't talk about my wig.
I wish it would just go automatically. I hate that.
I know.
To run for president, I feel like they should have passed the torch to Kamala. Like this was the perfect moment for her. Like it's like right now, I don't feel like we have strong candidates. We don't have strong candidates. I feel like this would have been her perfect time to shine. We already know that she's sharp with the fucking mouth. We already know that whatever value that Biden wants, she's practically the same value. So I feel like it was a little bit selfish to not make that choice to give her this moment to run for presidency. Now, she most likely going to run for presidency in 4 years or in 8 more years, and it's going to be a little bit tougher for her. So it's like, not only is it going to be a little bit tougher for her to run for president, but it's also, again, it's going to be a little bit tougher for a Black woman to run for president. So it's like, this was the perfect thing to continue to run for president. I feel like they should have passed the torch to Kamala. Like this was the perfect moment for her. Like it's like right now, I don't feel like we have strong candidates. We don't have strong candidates. I feel like this would have been her perfect time to shine. We already know that she's sharp with the fucking mouth. We already know that whatever value that Biden wants, she's practically the same value. So I feel like it was a little bit selfish to not make that choice to give her this moment to run for presidency. Now, she most likely going to run for presidency in 4 years or in 8 more years, and it's going to be a little bit tougher for her. So it's like, not only is it going to be a little bit tougher for her to run for president, but it's also, again, it's going to be a little bit tougher for a Black woman to run for president. So it's like, this was the perfect thing to continue to run for president moment, the perfect chance. Like Joe Biden, like it's like, I personally just feel like he should just enjoy his life right now with his children, with his grandkids. You already made a legacy. You already became president. You did something that you always wanted to do, and that's become president. You ain't have to run for a second term. This should have been the perfect moment to give it to
girl.
Come on.
I checked out. What is she talking about?
Bro, she goes on and on and on. Wait, look at this one.
America is a big reality TV show.
Watch this.
Bro, I don't know, like Biden right now is really moving like my pappy.
What?
Like my pappy is only
Pappy.
Well, You know what? I think there is a big difference between 80 and 88 because my granddaddy 88. But it's like, come on, you're in your 80s. And
Yes,
I don't
it's
think
Cardi
he's
B.
healthy for being 80 years old because Patti LaBelle just turned 80 years old. And honey, she could sit me the fuck down. Okay? Patti LaBelle is 80 years old and she could sit me the fuck down. But you could see the difference between Patti LaBelle and Joe Biden. They're not the same type of 80 years old. You already it's just
She's high.
selfish. It's selfish
She
of
gotta
them
be
not to
high.
give it, not to have Kamala as president. And she knows she wants that
Selfish.
fucking seat. She'll be fucking lying. She'll be like, no, I'm okay being a vice president. Bitch, you know you want to be the president. You should have backdoor Biden. That's what you should have done. Bitch,
What?
you should have backdoor Biden.
What does that mean?
This was your moment, bitch. Them niggas robbed you out your fucking moment. I'm telling you, they robbed you out your moment. You should have been there debating Trump.
She's got to be on something.
I told you this bitch is high as shit.
Yeah, because she spoke forever and I have no idea what she just said. Like, what was the point? She literally went around in circles for 3 minutes. That's all I heard. That was crazy. Whoever's listening to this woman.
Did you put that up? What in the world?
Yeah, I put that up.
I'm so proud of you.
I actually put it up. No,
Shout
but
out
you
to
know
Mo, bro.
Yeah, you know what the thing is about these people? These people are so fake, okay? Because you know damn well if tomorrow they were to even dangle Michelle as a replacement for her, they would throw Kamisha to the side so quick.
Yep.
They would throw her to the side like yesterday's garbage, okay? Out on the curb. Kamala, who? Oh my Lord.
So, I said Kamala. Cardi B's been active in these political streets. And you know who I'm waiting to come out of retirement to slap her and be like, sit down. You better not.
Right.
No, when your kid get out of line and you're like, I need to slap your hand real hard. You better sit your ass down and stay in your lane. That's what my mama used to say to me. You better stay in your lane, and that's a child's lane. You don't know what you're talking about. Cardi B, rap, honey. Rap. That's what we need you to do. We need to rap.
That's it. Cons, just because she is Puerto Rican does not make her my people. Don't forget, she claims she's black. Okay, let's just remember she claimed black folks first. She don't claim Puerto Ricans as hard as she claims being black.
Repeal the 19th. We're gonna have a lot of repeal the 19th moments. I think 2024's election is everything is repeal the 19th. This is a repeal the 19th year. Yeah. I think repeal the 19th is going to become something that's trending. More women are going to come on board with not wanting other women to vote, because you do have idiots who are going to vote for her. And I don't think people should discount those idiots, because y'all discounted them in the 2020 election.
Yeah.
If you're telling me you don't believe that millions upon millions of people didn't come out to vote against Trump because they hated him due to the news, then you have no right to use the left's rhetoric to say that, this could have potentially caused an assassination attempt. To me, that's incongruent.
Yeah.
You need to remain consistent.
Yeah. So I want to talk real quick about like Biden just like disappearing and then like
reappearing.
He like reappeared in, I think it was like Las Vegas. He just like stumbles out of a car. I don't know if you have the clip of it. If you don't, I'll play it.
I don't.
He stumbles out of a black car at the airport, and supposedly he had COVID and he was recovering. Meanwhile, he stumbles out of the car without a mask. Okay, like barely able to walk. Here it is right here. I'm gonna put it up here on mute while I talk. Okay. But anyways, he's barely able to walk and just looking dazed and confused. And then there was like some really weird, obscure call that he made into Kamala's like coming out party, like of where they like said she was the nominee or whatever. I don't know what it was, but anyways, he called in and it was like so odd, like to me, and I'm not an AI like expert, but to me, it totally sounded like an AI voice of Joe Biden, where he was like, "I totally back Kamala." What? You totally did not back her, and now all of a sudden you do. What I think is going to happen is I do think that Joe Biden is not going to be able to continue with being the current president. Okay. And here is why. Because let's not forget, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, because you guys may not know the may know this date a little bit more accurate than I do, but I believe Hunter's trial starts in September. It's either September or November. I believe that in order for Hunter to get pardoned, Joe Biden has to be out of the way. And if Kamala is the interim president because he cannot serve as president any longer, guess who's going to pardon his son? She is. So that's why he had to come out and correct himself and say, "Oh yeah, I endorse her. I forgot about that. She's going to issue me a pardon, and come December, she's going to issue me a pardon." So that's what I think is going to happen. So. Seriously.
Oh man. I mean, I don't
really
think you're
do.
far-fetched. I
really
think
do.
that
But
that's
yeah, look at it. He's just
logical. Look how slow he walked up them stairs, bro. He was counting. He said 1, 2, 1, 2. He was counting.
Let me see.
Stairs,
I think
bro.
we have audio from this. Let me see what the audio on this is. What it's hitting for. Hold on.
Drop out, Mr. President? Why did you drop out of the election? Was it a difficult decision to make?
Answer the question, you old fart.
So people, are speculating, is this even Joe Biden? Is this because, well, I mean, it's not unheard of for presidents to have, dupes. Many presidents have had them. It's admitted, my dad has even said there's many presidents that have lookalikes. However, I don't think that he would have taken off his glasses if that was a dupe. I think he, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I mean, who knows?
Hey,
he doesn't seem well, though, as usual.
I don't think they need a body double for his ass.
You don't think?
Joe Biden ain't there. He's old. They need to let him go ahead and rest in peace. And I'm not said that because I'm wishing death on him. I really think that he needs a break.
Yeah.
And I think they're running him into the ground because they're selfish in their attempts to retain control.
Yeah.
Kind of like them completely. And people will say, well, according to the Constitution, Kamala Harris can go vet those delegate voters and get it. But I think we need to have more of an open process with the DNC, especially with them constantly accusing this side of wanting to tear down democracy. Democracy, in my opinion, is allowing the people to choose. Do they want Kamala?
Yeah, exactly.
It shouldn't matter what you guys want or what you think is a winning ticket. What matters is democracy. And this doesn't seem like a democratic process to me. This seems like dictators deciding what we're going to do as American people, because you got, what's her name? You got, I call her General, what's his name? General Palpatine.
General Palpatine?
You know who I'm talking about? From Star Wars.
Oh, girl, you're asking the wrong person.
Palpatine. Look, you have Hillary Clinton that came out and wrote an op-ed piece saying that she's going to support Kamala Harris and that Kamala Harris is the pick. You have Chuck Schumer coming out with this fake ass announcement. I don't know what the hell this is. I'm going to play this clip. I don't know what the hell this is, but he failed epically.
This was so embarrassing. Like, I was like embarrassed for him. I was like, oh gosh, this is awkward.
Dude, look at this.
So now that the process is played out from the grassroots bottom up, we are here today to throw our support behind Vice President Kamala Harris. I'm clapping. You don't have to. So now that the process is played out from the grassroots bottom up, we are here today to throw our support behind Vice President Kamala Harris. I'm clapping.
I'm clapping.
That was so lame. That was so lame.
And did you hear that Kamala Harris now has 44% of the nation's support in running for president? She's now beating Trump in the polls.
Okay, and listen, I could have looked this up myself, but you know me and polls, okay? I officially resigned myself from having any, and I'm going to tell this story because it has nothing to do with presidential stuff, but I don't know if you saw my post about polls and why I will no longer believe in polls, okay? But go ahead and tell me what your expert polls are actually saying, because I have seen polls all over the place. Some say Trump's beating her by a lot. Some say they're like really neck and neck, and it will take an amazing VP choice, which we're going to get into who those people might be to really close the gap. While Sooney's looking that up, this is who they are supposedly allegedly vetting for VP. So we have North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, U.S. Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona, and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, and last, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. Listen, aside from Gretchen Whitmer, who didn't she just like recently fake some like kidnapping or something?
She did. That was during COVID.
Right.
I believe she faked it.
Yeah. Well, I think there was like evidence showing that she did. Anyways, aside from her, I personally don't know much about any of these people. And if they choose from this actual list, then I think we actually have it in the bag. Because in my opinion, it's going to take an stellar VP choice to really grab the attention of Democrats. Because y'all know Democrats don't really know what they're talking about politically. Like they vote based on skin color and sexual parts, if they even know what that is at that time of day when they vote. But I don't really think Democrats really know. So for them, it's going to be like solely based on name recognition, you know?
Well, can you guys see my screen?
No, not yet.
Pulled up. I can't stand Cooper either. He's destroying North Carolina. If you're from North Carolina, like me, you understand what he's done to that state, especially the city of Charlotte. It's disgusting. But here are some of the polls. So these polls, in my opinion, these polls are being used in a very deceptive way, because these polls were taken as Joe Biden dropped out and endorsed Harris. We also don't see the sample size. That's one thing that I've been looking for, to see how many people they polled nationally, to see if we should even be paying attention to this, right? And I use polls because I like to mess with Democrats. They love to pick and choose when polls are accurate versus not. But when you are looking at polls, make sure you're looking at the sample size and compare it to other polls and do a bit of math to find the average. Just a little word of advice. So Biden and Harris both trailed Trump by 6 points. So it's 53% to the 47%, including voters who leaned one way or another in the Forbes Harris poll. So this is another poll, and this was conducted from July 19th through the 21st, after the Republican convention, before Biden dropped out. Next, a bunch of other polls come out, right? After Biden's horrible debate, which showed him lacking, and it showed Trump leading by a slim margin. I think it was about 5 or 6% he was leading in the polls. Another poll, that's the one you saw. Another poll that was conducted last week gave Harris a slight edge. Trump led Harris by 3 points. It was a 51-48 split, while leading Biden by 5. Among likely voters, the poll's margin of error was 2.7%. However, an Economist poll with a margin of 3.1% that was conducted on July 13th through the 17th found Biden would lose to Trump to 41 to 43, while Harris would perform slightly worse, losing to Trump 39 to 44. So what they're doing, when I'm looking at what they're doing with these polls that the media is putting out, they're putting out the polls that happened right after he dropped out
Mm-hmm.
and right after this disastrous debate he had.
Mm-hmm.
And I think anybody at this point on the Democratic side would say, would I rather have Kamala over Biden? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that she is being received by the country? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. The news proves it. Social media proves it. If you go look at the Shade Room, you go look on Twitter, you go look all over the place. There is a trending hashtag. I'm black and I'm not voting for Kamala. You know the video? I'm a black so and so and I'm doing this. Those pictures are all over the place, and it's nonstop black people saying, absolutely not, I will not be voting for her. So what I think they're doing is, I think they're injecting this like fake narrative into the media, this fake sense of acceptance from the Democrat Party, because AOC came out and pretty much said, dude, they're going to stage a coup. They don't want either one of these people. I think it's fake. I think it's an attempt to fool the people into thinking that this is a good ticket. And the other reason I say that is because, do you know the news is coming out saying that Biden never made her the border czar? She was never in charge.
Yeah, they're trying to erase that story now. Yeah.
I'm like, absolutely not. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. People archive pages. Shout out to the nerds like me who go out and archive all these pages, because here it is right here. You got NPR. Why was she getting pushed about border visits if she wasn't in charge of the border? How about the fact when they asked her, hey, when are you going to go to the border? And what she says, I ain't never been to Europe either. We're not asking you about Europe. We want to know what you're going to do with the border.
Did you just fall out of a coconut tree?
A coconut tree?
Kamala, don't be unburdened, but what has not been. Okay, girl.
Look, bro. Biden tasked Harris with tackling migrant influx on U.S. Mexico border. So it's fake. I think that this is an attempt for them to try to make it seem like she's a viable candidate, and she actually did do something during her VP stint, but she didn't.
Yeah.
She didn't.
Yeah.
She did horrible. So that's my take on the polls.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to, Michelle's comment down here is great, because I do want to announce that I did do my application to be a poll worker for the election. So I'll keep you all posted on that. I have to go to like a class and all this other stuff once my application gets accepted. Hopefully it will.
So
but
you're not going to cover the election with me?
Well, you can do like early, like you can sign up for early, which is what my preference was, but they said you won't necessarily be guaranteed that. So you find out closer to it. So, but Soonie, I thought about it and I was like, I get that, like, we talked about covering it, which I still, want to do that. But at the same time, like, I feel like it's so important to just like get involved, and like, I want to do my part. I want to be like out there, involved in this.
How about this? How about you go out there
from the polls?
Exactly. And we can, it'll be like our version of mainstream media. I got somebody, we have somebody boots on the ground. I don't think it's a bad idea. I'll stay here.
I'm going to be basically like, what's her name? Ruby. I'm going to be like the Ruby Freeman of Dallas, Texas, is what you're saying.
Listen, don't tell nobody.
Like undercover.
Shh, don't tell nobody.
We're going to be undercover Rican reporting live. Undercover Rican reporting live from the County of Dallas voting. I'm here to tell you what's going on. I think that would be a great idea. Like,
I hope they select your ghetto ass. You a little ghetto. I hope they do.
No, you know what my thing is I'm so nosy. So if they assign me to a section, I ain't staying in that section. If they say, okay, your section is over here, you're not gonna move from here. I'm gonna be all up in everybody's business, looking at all. Yep, I sure will.
Here's the video of Biden actually appointing her. This is kind of a show, all things Kamala, because Democrats, man, I don't think I've ever seen Democrats panic like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to erase something that we all know happened. Anyway, I'm gonna play this video.
To deal with it humanely and to. So this new surge we're dealing with now started with the last administration, but it's our responsibility to deal with it humanely and to stop what's happening. And so this increase has been consequential. But the vice president's agreed among them.
Come on, Twitter.
Multiple other things that have happened in the meeting, and I appreciate it. Agreed to lead our diplomatic effort and work with those nations to accept the returnees and enhance migration enforcement at their borders.
What did he say? What did she agree to do?
Enforce immigration at their borders.
Okay, so don't. The borders are is a Republican buzzword that they made up. Sure, calling her the border czar was a Republican thing that they made up. Biden never called her that, but Biden absolutely put her in charge of the border. There's a video right here of him saying it. This is damage control over time. They know Kamala is extremely unpopular. They know that they even know that they don't like this bitch. Democrats do not like Kamala. They do not. But what other choice do they have?
Yeah. They don't.
They don't.
They don't.
That money goes with her. 107 days.
Let's talk about the money.
105. Let's talk about
the money. Let's talk about the money. All right. So, like I said earlier, Trump's team filed an FEC complaint, and that's the Federal Election Commission, over transfer of Biden's $91 million to Harris's campaign. So it says here that former President Trump's campaign filed an FEC complaint accusing President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris of violating campaign finance laws. The complaint, first reported by the New York Times, related to Biden's campaign rolling its funds over to the Harris campaign after the president dropped out of the race on Sunday. If anybody in here knows how to read FEC reports, please go in there. I mean, I'm sure people are all over that. In the filing, which was obtained by Fox, the Trump campaign argued that Harris is seeking to perpetrate a $91.5 million heist, not a heist, of Joe Biden's leftover campaign cash. That's a lot of leftovers. I wish I had 91 million left over. Kamala Harris is in the process of committing the largest campaign finance violation in American history, and she is using the commission's own forms to do it. That's what the filing concluded. The commission must not and cannot sit idly by while one candidate takes nearly $100 million from authorized committee of another in violation of the act and will of the donors who gave the money to the candidate in the first place. Team Harris will continue to build on our more than 250 coordinated offices and more than 1,300 coordinated staffers across the battleground states, just like we built on the $240 million on cash on hand that we had at the launch this week, raising $100 million in our first 36 hours and signing up 58,000 volunteers. Yeah. Wow. So we shall see what happens with that.
Don't have any faith.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say. Politics is a dirty game.
But, when the money looking funny, it ain't good for you.
Do you really think they give a flying fuck about the money looking funny though?
Who's they? Who do you think? The Bidens?
The Bidens, the campaign. I think they're gonna spend. I'm sorry. I just want to keep debunking this claim while we're talking about this. Spend. Biden, this is from Political. I'm gonna use your own sources against you. Biden makes Harris the point person on the immigration issue amid border surge. I don't know. A part of me, I don't know what it is. A part of me is holding out hope that Democrats are cool with her taking the fall.
Mm-hmm.
A part of me is hoping that's what they're going to do. And then another part of me is they are working overtime to make this woman appear popular in the media, even though she is not. So what are they going to pull on the election day?
Exactly.
That's what I keep thinking.
Candace brought up such a good point on one of her episodes, and she said the reason why the Democrats surround themselves with these shady people, trannies, these people that are, just weirdos, psycho women like Kamala Harris, who have a shady past. Kamala Neepad Harris has a shady past. She said because these people are easy to blackmail and easy to frame. And I thought that that was such a good point, because just like I feel like they did that to Cheatle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel
Yeah.
like, they probably were like, "Don't worry, we got you. We're gonna protect you. Don't worry
Yep.
about it. You're gonna kill him.
And
It's
she
gonna be
took the
fine."
fall.
Everybody. And she took the fall because she's an emotional woman, which hence why we should never have a woman run for president or be
Yep.
president. Okay, you guys, I am a woman, and I will tell you, we are emotional. If I had the nuclear codes right here, there may be a certain day of the week that I just might type them in and all hell will break loose just because I had a bad day. That's how volatile we are.
Yep.
Come on now.
We're
What's her
bad, man.
maybe we should have a contest. What's her campaign slogan?
Unburdened by what has been.
Some people
I
are
don't
saying
know.
Kamala Harris
Well,
for the people, which is so lame.
Do you want to hear? Look, this was her campaign speech. This was her official kickoff from Delaware. She's in her headquarters in Delaware. Check this out. When I saw this, I was like, my mouth dropped open. I was just sitting there fucking stunned. Oh man, hold on.
I was elected as United States Senator. I was the elected Attorney General, as I've mentioned, of California. And before that, I was a courtroom prosecutor.
Oh, how you can't rewind it? Here it is. Sorry.
As many of you know, before I was elected as Vice President, before I was elected as United States Senator, I was the elected Attorney General, as I've mentioned, of California. And before that, I was a courtroom prosecutor. In those roles, I took on perpetrators of all kinds.
It's all a bunch of chicks in the room.
Women.
Listen what she said.
Fraudsters who ripped off consumers.
Listen.
Cheaters who broke the rules for their own gain. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type.
Girl, please.
She said 4 buzzwords there: predators and women,
Mhm.
cheaters, scammers, liars, and Trump.
Mhm.
That
And
is
all I
going
heard was
to
a bunch
be
of women cheering.
a bunch of women cheering. That if you look at her rally that she just had, and you look at the crowd,
Yes, it's
you
all
see
women.
speckles of men and all women.
The one you're
This
talking
is
about in
what-
Wisconsin.
The Wisconsin. Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot
Yeah.
where it was. This is why I'm saying I'm a little worried for this election.
Because of the women.
Okay? Women. That's why I said earlier in the show, repeal the 19th is going to be a staple in this country going forward. We are going to see how truly ruthless and disgustingly retarded women are. Okay?
Mhm.
I'm not trying to crap on women. I'm a woman, like Mo said. I believe that there are smart women out there, but we are not out there in mass, ladies.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? They're going to bring abortion back up. All right? They're going to use Trump's being guilty of, what was he guilty of the whole sexual assault thing?
Well, the only thing on the sexual assault thing, it depends. So there was the E. Jean Carroll thing that he was found guilty of.
See, you know what I'm talking about. It was some absurd thing.
It was, well, that was absurd because there was no proof, because it was so
Yes.
long ago. There was no proof. They literally like found him guilty on hearsay. And then the other one
Yes.
was just for the bribery for the Stormy Daniels.
Yes.
So that one, he wasn't found guilty of anything.
I forgot what the other one was, but it was like he wasn't even guilty of they didn't even get him being guilty of something he did. It was word of mouth, and they found
Yeah.
him guilty based on what someone else said. I can't remember exactly what the charge was, but it was
Yeah.
some absurd thing. This
Yeah.
is what Kamala Harris is going to use to try to beat to try to beat Donald Trump. She's going
was
to appeal.
defamation.
They are going to appeal to women like
Yep.
never before. And
Yep.
women are so easily swayed, especially liberal women are psychotic. You
Yeah.
thought Trump winning and those bitches showing up with pussies on their hats was bad?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's about to get crazy in the United States of America. They are going to feel entitled and emboldened as fuck.
Yep.
And you're going to wish you would have listened to me when I told you to take these hoes' rights away. I told y'all they're going to screw this country up.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah. And yes, Jean Carroll, the same person that said on the interview with what was it, Fox, on CNN, but it was with the guy last name, I can't remember his last name. Anyway, she did an interview on CNN and she said rape was sexy. She goes, I think people think the word rape is sexy. And the guy that was interviewing her was like, what?
Man.
Let me play a little clip. So this is Kamala in her rally in Wisconsin that Soonie was just talking about. I want to play this because I did watch this. She was very Obama-esque in this speech. You know how Obama speaks. I will always say this about Obama is he was an amazing orator, an incredible speaker, very engaging. I don't know if they
incredible. She spoke without having word salad.
She really didn't have word salad on this one, okay? But she had this passion about her that was getting the crowd riled up, okay? So I don't know if this new move to her being the candidate now has unlocked a new level of speechwriters for her. But we got to watch. We got to watch because with women being, like Soonie saying, with women being her main audience, the one thing that riles women up is emotion and words and all this other stuff. So if she keys into that, it doesn't matter what she says. If she says key words and key phrases to these people, they are going to be riled up into a frenzy where it could potentially be a problem. So let's take a listen.
Women who survived breast cancer, grandparents with diabetes. America has tried these failed economic policies before, but we are not going back. We are not going back. Not going back.
Is that her campaign slogan? We're not going back?
Maybe. Look at her. She's eating it up.
And I'll tell you why we're not going back. Because ours is a fight for the future.
Oh, God. The future is female.
Fight for freedom. Generations of America's generations. And we have to remember
That was her one word salad.
the shoulders on which we stand. Generations of Americans before us led the fight for freedom. And now, Wisconsin, the baton is in our hands.
Can we see the audience?
Who believe in the sacred freedom to vote will make sure every American has the ability to cast their ballot and have it counted.
Every American.
See.
Compassion and rule of law, or a country of chaos, fear, and hate. And here's the beauty of this moment. We each have the power to answer that question. The power is with the people. We each have the power.
But the people didn't put you up there.
Power to answer that question. And in the next 105 days, then we have work to do.
This
we
is
have
crazy.
We have phone calls to make. We have voters to register. And we have an election to win. So, Wisconsin, today I ask you, are you ready to get to work? Do we believe in freedom? Do we believe in opportunity? Do we believe in the promise of America? And are we ready to fight for it? And when we fight, we win. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.
When we fight, we
Bruh.
win. I don't know. Somewhere in those last couple minutes is her campaign slogan, y'all. Let me
So,
see. Oh, here's a picture of the
bruh.
crowd.
Let me see it.
I can't enlarge it though. Hold on.
Ain't no way they made that much goddamn noise. Do you hear that crowd?
Yeah.
Listen, Mo, we have been to Trump rallies with thousands of people there. I'm not going to say there are not thousands of people there. That looks like a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 at most.
Well, I mean, and to be fair, they're in some type of basketball court. Okay, so that's
Come
going to sound a
on,
lot louder. Somebody said the caption says, "I've seen more people in line at Costco waiting for samples." But
Bro, you can't even fill up a gym.
But people, don't let that fool you, because it was just this same amount of crowd, if not less, okay, that elected by 81 million votes, okay, the president that we have today.
Jesus, bro.
So don't let a picture fool you, okay?
I just want to play this last video on Kamala. I think it's important for people to know. I know there are some Democrats who watch us. There's Democrats watching, they just don't comment.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play the video, y'all. Oh my God. I can't believe this is real. This is what I'm coming home to. The Lord would do this to me. You know how you pray? You ever pray for patience, pray for wisdom?
Yeah.
And you kind of ask, you say, this is what I say all the time. I ask God to order my steps. And whatever I'm saying, I'm hoping it's something that he's put upon my heart to say.
Yeah.
I regret that prayer, because look at what I'm coming home to. I regret it.
Must be addressed.
The bill also says, quote, every individual who is a resident of the United States is entitled to benefits for healthcare services under this act. Not every individual who's a citizen, but every individual who's a resident. So you support giving universal healthcare, Medicare for all, to people who are in this country illegally?
Yes, she does.
Let me just be very clear about this. I am opposed to any policy that would deny in our country any human being from access to public safety, public education, or public health.
There you go. So the border, she said, I think all these people should have access to it. So I'm not really going to do much of anything with the border. Let's let the chips fall where they may. And then when she did come out and speak on the border, what did she say? Don't come.
Yeah.
Do not come.
Do not
That's
come.
it.
Yep. Yep.
It's not safe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord. It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be crazy. It's what it's going to be. Trump, listen, I really think Trump made the biggest mistake on earth picking J.D. Vance. And if Trump is going to beat her in a debate, you better bring Tulsi Gabbard on board to help you, sir. You better bring a bunch of women around you that have an understanding of debate and politics, and they're well-versed in this woman, or she is by default, based on the accusation she's going to throw at him, she's going to bring up abortion. She's going to bring up the sexual harassment. It's all going to be salacious. He better have the correct, austere alpha male response and shut it down, or I don't believe he's going to win this election. And I'm basing this off of stupid ass voters, bro.
Is it true that, or I mean, this could just be rumor, that he denied wanting to do a debate with her, or has that not been?
I didn't hear that. I have no clue.
Okay. I never know what to believe anymore.
I have no clue.
Okay, well, we'll
Trump
see. Yeah, and I agree.
Prepare himself, man. You better prepare yourself.
Yeah. Well, let's go into what Joy Reid.
Oh God.
I know. I'm trying to find. I don't think it said the video. I don't have the video here. If she even said a video, if this was a statement. But anyways, Joy Reid. She's from MSNBC. She's the host of a show on there. Yeah. So she said this. Well, did she say this? Hold on one second. Tuesday, Black people will look for. Okay, so she said on Tuesday that Black people will look, quote, real weird if they do not vote for presumptive Democratic nominee Kamala Harris. She goes on to say, given just the stratospheric entrance of Vice President Kamala Harris into the presidential campaign, and she has now secured enough delegates to be. And I have a question about the delegates. Let me come back to that. Secured enough delegates to become the nominee. You're going to look real crazy being on the other side of that line, particularly as a person of color, but really as anyone who claims to have any connection to the culture. Reed said in a video posted on her TikTok, you're going to look real weird and real lonely on that side. You're really going to look crazy being on that side, given the cultural phenomenon of Vice President Kamala Debbie Harris. Where did that come from? Debbie.
That's her middle name.
Oh, Lord. She's about to make history. She's about to become the first woman president. The door needs to be closed behind Amber Rose, and she looked crazy over there. But shut the door behind her, Reed said. What? That don't make no sense.
Here's my question. Is Joy Reid Black or is she African?
I have no idea.
I want to know what she is. Does anybody in the comment section know? Because that's going to base what I have to say.
Look her up.
Joy Reid's.
You know, let me just say this. If you're a dude and you vote for Kamala Harris,
you're a bitch.
You're a bitch. I'm sorry.
That's simple.
Do not let your girlfriend talk you into this, or your wife. Do not let your girl. First of all, you should never let a woman tell you who to vote for, like ever. But don't listen to this idiot either. She's not a Black American.
She's not a Black American. Is she African?
I have no idea.
She looks African to me. She looks like she has a Nigerian background. Whatever. I wanted to touch on her calls to people who are attached to the culture. And if there's any Black people watching and you're Democrat, I think you should tune in to a live that I do with a guy named Deontay, where we break down this culture that is being utilized as a weapon against the Black population in this country. She cited, if you want to be in line with culture, then getting behind Kamala Harris is the way to do it. Completely forgetting the fact that Kamala Harris definitely kept Black men locked up. One of the Black men came out and spoke. He did a whole interview with Vice. You guys should go check that out. It's actually really sad.
Yeah.
She kept people locked away in jail for cheap prison labor. Whether they were Black or white is no difference to me. But the culture that Joy Reid is talking about also has grievances with this justice system that does not properly investigate and make sure they're locking people up that deserve to be locked up. And that is what she participated in. She locked up people for weed, and then she bragged about it on the Breakfast Club that she was smoking weed, listening to Tupac, even though Tupac wasn't even a rapper when she was in college.
Yeah.
Pay attention to what they are labeling the culture and ask yourself, do you identify with this culture, or is it a fake culture that has been pressed upon you? Because I'm here to tell you, nobody that is Black with 2 dimes to rub together for brain cells is interested in Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris has given us no proof of concept as to why she should be the president besides her having a vagina and dark skin. Kamala Harris is not African American. She is not a Black American. Her parents are Indian Jamaican. So what culture is she tied to? That's the question you should ask yourself. And I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm actually going to do a live. Can you send me that statement that Joy Reid made? Because I want to do a live with Deontay. This shit is so pervasive. This is nuts. She pretty much told you ain't Black if you don't vote for Kamala. She just didn't say those words. That's what she said.
Yeah.
And I don't know who she thinks she is, because bitch, your daddy is somewhere. Her people from the Congo and Guyana. You ain't even goddamn Black. Shut up. Yo folks over there mining cobalt. Why don't you go help them with that? They dying over there. And you sitting up on CNN talking about the white man. Go help them folks over in the Congo get out of them cobalt mines.
Yep.
Man, I'm
Well, let's
good, man.
let's see if you add this into your conversation with Beyonce. So Black Lives Matter on the opposite side of Joy Reid.
Absolutely,
Black
I'm
Lives
adding that
Matter.
shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They said Dems are the party of hypocrites for installing Harris. Okay.
Yep.
They had said in a statement on Tuesday, which rose to prominence in 2020. So they rose, with the George Floyd. That's when they became popular. They said for weeks after his disastrous debate performance last month, internal party pressure mounted against President Joe Biden to drop out of the race. Where's their fucking statement? That's all I want to know. They said, okay,
I have it right here.
we do not live in a dictatorship. Is that what it is?
I mean, this is from their Twitter page. If you want to read it, it's pulled up on the screen. Can you see it?
Yeah, but I want to read this full statement because this is the full statement. Okay. So it says, quote, "We do not live in a dictatorship. Delegates are not oligarchs. Installing Kamala Harris as the Democratic nominee and an unknown vice president without any public voting process would make the modern Democratic Party of the party of hypocrites," the group said. I actually agree with them. Yeah. I agree with them on that. I think they're 100% because that goes into the question I wanted to ask earlier, which was, how did we get to a point where the delegates speak for the people? Okay, so at what point did the people speak up? Because last time I checked, for our delegates to choose Trump, we went through an election process.
Yep.
So tell me how all that, and Dave asked this question the other day. He was like, how did all that just get skipped? And the delegates were like, yeah, you good. You good with us? What? The delegates speak for the people. When did the people get to speak up? Anyway, Soonie's got this thing, timeline of events that on Sunday, Joe Biden drops out. Kamala Harris announces campaign with Biden. Kamala Harris says she's going to work hard to earn the nomination. I mean, how do you work hard in 24 hours unless you get down on your knees for the nomination and you get it within 48 hours? Kamala Harris makes calls to the party delegates. On Monday, Kamala Harris continues making calls to party delegates. She, this is the other thing. I highly doubt Kamala Harris was making calls. That's the whip's job. The whip's job whips up the votes. What are you talking about that Kamala Harris got on the phone? Kamala Harris makes 2 public speeches. AP announces Kamala Harris has secured enough delegates to be the Democratic nominee. By the next day, people, Kamala Harris releases this statement. Nothing she has worked hard to go out and earn this nomination as promised. There is no freaking way. No freaking way. A 24-hour process of talking to the party bosses is not democratic, nor is it a process Democrats should be proud of. We do not live in a dictatorship. Delegates are not oligarchs. That's what I just read. That's the rest of what I just read. So, yeah, that's crazy. Crazy. Why is nobody questioning that?
Because, I mean,
because Democrats are used to being told, not.
Someone told me that within the Constitution, she is justified in what she's doing. Now, they haven't given me exactly where to look, so I'm going to look for this to see if she is actually justified in what she's doing, which is seeking after delegates that were once all in on Biden. Mm-hmm. But the overarching point we're making is this is the group that complains about the breakdown of democracy and the democratic process being ruined by MAGA Republicans and Trump himself. This is the same group of people that unconstitutionally removed him from the ballot and ultimately had to put him back. They are now doing the same thing to their own party. So this is a moment of serendipity. This is a serendipitous moment.
Yep.
That BLM is coming out and speaking against what Democrats are doing.
Yep.
And I think that we are doing a good job. Shout out to Right Wing Angel. Every conservative content creator that is putting this out, continue to do it. Use this stuff as propaganda. Use these old videos of her talking about universal health care and wanting the people who are coming across the border that aren't legal citizens, but residents in this country to have access to health care that you feel that you're owed. Universal health care would kill half of the population of this country because you would be waiting months to see a doctor. And who's to say that you are even first in line? What if the immigrants are first in line and you're still waiting there for a heart transplant, a liver transplant, freaking blood transfusion? There's a bunch of different things that you should consider. Why do you think Canadians come here for cancer treatment?
Mm-hmm.
They have universal health care out there, but they're coming to the US to receive treatment.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah.
So I say we stop the defensive posturing and we play offense and put out propaganda. Trump led the charge when he put out that video of her, the first campaign video he dropped when he found out she was going to be the presumptive Democratic nominee. Follow suit.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is post gaffes, post videos of her flip-flopping, kind of like we did with Nikki Haley. I don't want to increase the gas tax. We should increase the gas tax. Put a compilation together of her saying absolutely nothing and blatantly lying on the issues and let that do its work.
Do you think her views on like the Middle East stuff with like Palestine and Israel is going to hurt her?
I do.
That's something else that they're really staying away from. But I'm seeing it in the comments of a lot of like pro Kamala posts. If you look in the comments, there's people going after her on that.
Yeah, and then once again, I think this is an opportunity for conservatives to hyperfixate on that. We don't have to agree with Palestine. In fact, I'm going to come out against a Palestinian terrorist in a minute because they did some crazy stuff. We don't have to agree with their plight, but what we have to do is utilize the content to produce propaganda. There is good propaganda, y'all. I know it's got a negative connotation behind it, but if we don't attempt to tap into the minds of emotional Americans, then this is done for.
Yeah.
Everything we're doing is for nothing.
Yeah. But I did see, and I really agree with him. Right, speaking of right-winged angel, shout out to him. He had posted a very good point, and he said, Trump better come with more than just you're dumb, you're for the streets, petty shit. Like you said, there's real issues that he can really hit her with. So yes, I do think he could cook her in the debate, but he better be smart about it, because if he goes after her looks, like he did with Hillary, it could come back to bite him because again, she's got a bunch of emotional women and all he's going to do is make her point.
Tulsi Gabbard, y'all better consult with Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah.
Y'all better bring on, what's her name? She's a Republican. I don't like her, but I think she would be useful.
He needs to consult with Alex Jones. Alex Jones could give him some. Well, he could give her. No, I'm saying he could give Trump some information. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if Trump all the time knows. Yeah, he could give him some information for sure.
I mean, I hope this campaign is doing their due diligence and doing exactly what we're saying. Come to this debate prepared.
Yeah.
Yes, Megyn Kelly. Thank you. I said she was a representative. Get with Megyn Kelly, get with Laura Ingraham, get with these women who deal with media non-stop.
Tucker.
And destroy her in this debate. Don't make it about merit. Don't attack the fact that she's a woman. Don't do the looks like you said. Merit. Talk about her failure at the border. Show the video of her. Yeah, healthcare for all. Do it, Trump. Get out there and debate, bro. And I'm worried about that. I'm so worried about Trump debating her. Not even in front.
A lot of people were bringing up the fact that him and his daughter both donated to her campaign in 2014 or 16 or whatever when they were Democrats, right? To me, it's no big deal that they donated like 3,000, 5,000, a total of 8,000 between the two of them is like literally like you and I giving $10 to a campaign. It's in Trump change. It's not that big of a deal. But if he was smart and they do bring that up, he could use it and say, hey, back then when I was a Democrat, from what I knew, you seem like a great person. But now this, and this, right? Like, don't run from it. Use it, but be smart about it. He's got to you're right. He's got to be doing his research. I hope his team is preparing him. Yeah.
Yep. He's got to. We'll see what happens though. This is what makes this whole process exciting. We get to see what politicians are going to come out and do. And if he comes out and it's lackluster, then I'm going to be on a whole rant about how lackluster his performance was. It's going to make me question whether you actually want to win this election.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? What is your team doing?
All right. What does this mean? On Twitter, Benny Johnson. What does that mean? Impeachment went through. What does that mean?
Who said that?
Benny Johnson?
Breaking news from Twitty, Benny Johnson. Impeachment went through. So she was impeached? Well, she has to be impeached twice, right? Or is that just the president?
I think that's just the president.
There's no way she was impeached.
There's no way it happened that quickly. They have to have a whole hearing.
Impeached?
I don't see that on his page unless but I don't know how to look on Twitter like y'all do.
Oh, I got Twitter pulled up. You said Benny Johnson posted it?
Mm-hmm. That's what she said. Benny
Who's
Johnson.
she?
Vanessa. I have the comment right here.
Oh, okay.
Breaking
Vanessa's
news on
solid. If she
Twitter.
says it, I believe it. Yeah.
But I don't see it.
Breaking news. Let's see. Bombshell. Yeah, I don't see it either. I see breaking news. Newly released footage of the assassination attempt on Donald Trump shows bystanders
Never
shouting
mind.
he's got a gun on the roof.
Damn, Vanessa.
She said, never mind.
She was reading old news. Damn. See, after Soonie just said it,
There's no
Vanessa
way.
says it. Soonie just said if Vanessa
I
says
did.
it.
But she came out and said I was reading old news. I see. I can appreciate that. The only thing that's breaking, which is not breaking news, I don't know why they do this. Fox News is so behind. We already said the people on the ground were pointing out that there was the guy on the gun with a roof. There's not breaking news.
Yeah.
Benny Johnson, the hell's wrong with you? The hell is wrong with you? I'm on some damn breaking news.
You say breaking news, and people are like, "Oh, let me share this. I'll be first to the line."
Right? He's got a gun on the roof.
Yeah.
And the shooter, Matthew Crooks, is pointing his gun at the crowd. Well, we all knew that.
Mm-hmm. Wait,
Yeah.
where's the article about his dad?
I have a
Oh,
video
here
of
it
his
is.
dad.
The one of him walking out of the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah. So while Soonie shows that, so Thomas Matthew Crooks, whose father is the father of this young man, which, by the way, can we do like we do? Can we show an updated picture? Why are we showing this picture?
I ain't got no updated picture. Oh, I didn't have the sound on. I'm sorry, y'all.
Matthew, why would your son want to kill the president?
Back off.
No comment.
No comment.
Were there any warning signs, Matthew?
No comment. How's Mary holding up?
No comment.
We'll release a statement when our legal counsel advises us to do so. Until then, we have no comment.
Whoever that kid is looks like a whole Antifa member.
So please, give us our space.
Matthew.
No comment.
No comment.
Why are you so damn dramatic? Just ignore him.
Yeah, exactly.
No comment.
Why does it say he made a statement, but then it says he declined to make any statement?
Because look, this is headline news, man. That's what they do.
He said we're going to release.
No, he didn't.
We're going to release a statement when our legal counsel advises us to do so. That's code for the FBI. Until then, we have no comment, he told Fox News before beginning to load his items into his vehicle. We're just trying to take care of ourselves right now. Supposedly they cooperated with the FBI. Of course they have. As they try to pin down a motive for the assassination. You know damn well. If we didn't mention this before, his parents are licensed professional counselors. If that doesn't sound suspect to you, I don't know what does. And as we saw, one's fat and the other one's wearing a mask, so that tells you another little bit of information.
You ain't shit.
Well, I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that because he's fat, but I'm just saying like the combo of it all, like the combo of all the facts involved, right? Who's probably raised by crazy liberals. Yeah. This whole thing is weird.
I do. I can see Mo ask, what was the reason? Who raised you?
What was the reason?
Oh, you have not missed us talking about Sonia Massey. We just wanted to get politics out of the way. I know that's
Who's Sonia?
The woman who was shot in her kitchen after she said, "I plead the blood of Jesus."
Oh,
Now,
okay. Well, let's
Mo,
go into that. I don't know anything about that.
yeah, Mo hasn't really delved into it as much as I have. I'm trying to find the full video instead of the 8-second video that people are using to
Well,
say that the cop is justified. All
okay,
right.
well, while you're looking for this, story time,
Yeah.
y'all. So there was a shooting there were two shootings in my town. One was at a Wingstop and the other one was at a Chick-fil-A, okay, where two assailants in these two separate restaurants walked into the restaurant and killed people, okay? Over what they killed him over, that doesn't matter. Anyways, Mo went on to the website for the police station that they were processed through, and one of the guys is Hispanic and the other guy was black, okay? Tell me why both of them are listed as white. They were listed as white on their booking information. So I sent a message to my local police department and I said, "Hey guys, question for you. Clearly one man is black. I mean, we're talking from Africa black. His name was like some crazy African name. And then the other guy was like something Ortiz, and he was clearly Hispanic. Okay. In fact, it's funny because it said he was white but illegal. Tell me how that works.
How does he
Anyways,
white but illegal?
exactly,
Did he
right?
come from Europe?
Exactly. So I asked the police station to please provide me with the definition, and it took them over a week to get back to me. But I'm going to read to you the definition that they gave me because this is important, because this is going to tell you why from now on, when I hear statistics about white, black, Asian, or otherwise, I'm going to say it's bullshit to me. Okay. I don't care about statistics as it relates to race. Okay. So here are the definitions. This is what they said. White, classified as a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa. And by the way, this comes from the FBI, how they define these statistics. This is not police station to police station. This is FBI. Okay. So again, origins or any of the original people of Europe, Middle East, or North Africa. That can be considered white. Black or African American, a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. American Indian. So basically, you could be white or black if you were born in North Africa. You could just choose your color. Okay. Okay. American Indian or Alaska Native, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of North and South America, including Central America, and who maintains tribal affiliation or community attachment. Asian, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of the Far East, Southeast Asia, or Indian subcontinent, including, for example, Cambodia, China, India, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Pakistan, the Philippine Islands, Thailand, and Vietnam. Then they said, this is the key, an individual's response to the race question is based on how they identify, not how we identify them. So I replied back and I said, my guess would be most of these people have a prior record, at least of getting pulled over for a ticket. Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny that when you're black and you get a ticket, you black? Okay. You ain't gonna put Caucasian on the ticket. In fact, they go off your license, right? So my question is, why are you not going off that person's identification on how they rated themselves racially on their identification? When a school shooter, those are predominantly white, okay? The school shooter doesn't get to say, well, I identify as black, so therefore you got to put a little ticker for me under school shooter in the black category. If that's not the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life, that basically tells me the statistics on gun violence, on drug arrests, on rapes, all of that shit is completely null and void because people get to identify how they want. Anyways, I was just having a rant.
There's one starting from her answering the door. Well, I don't have that one. If anybody has the one from her answering the door, you'll have to send it to my Instagram or send it to send it to my Instagram if you have it. I don't have that one. This is the one I have. So let me pull up. You're like an old person.
Yeah.
Like
What's the backstory? Tell me like the backstory here. Why are they here?
How'd I know she wanted that before she said it?
First of all, this house gives me anxiety.
What?
I have
What?
total. What is this? What is this heap? Okay, in the middle of the screen. I have
So this house
anxiety.
gives me anxiety. Oh
Ugh.
my lord. All right. So
Okay.
before I play the video, we're going to go through what happened. So law enforcement went to go visit Sonia Massey's home because she had said that there was a prowler around her home. So she called the police to come check it out. Upon them coming to the house, they asked her if she was doing mentally okay, probably because she is a paranoid schizophrenic and the condition of her home was kind of off. It was a
Okay.
calm conversation. I'll play the conversation, but she's a paranoid schizophrenic. They came to check it out. They asked her if she was doing well mentally and if she needed help. And she said, I love y'all, and rifled through her belongings to find her ID. And then this is the part where they enter her home and the shooting takes place. So the reason they even showed up was because she said there was a prowler around.
Prowler. Okay.
Yeah. Now, here is the 1 minute video, almost 2 minutes. I don't have them coming to the door, but I just told you what was said at the door. That whole thing. So here's the video.
Okay.
That'd make things so much easier. I just need just driver's license will do, and I'll get out of your hair.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will get your paperwork.
What paperwork?
Okay. I got some paperwork.
Well, just get your ID.
Well, let's get your ID first, and then
one task at a time here.
Okay. Let me
Here, grab your ID for me.
Okay.
Your ID, one task at a time. So let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID is.
you stand that stack right there, maybe.
1 second.
Check on her.
Let me get this.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
All right. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
Rebuke you in the name of
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop
What?
the fucking pot.
The fucking
Drop the fucking pot. Drop the fucking pot.
19 shots fired.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Drop the fucking pot.
Hold up. Let's pause it for a second. How did that escalate? Because I didn't even hear what was said. She was getting her pot of water off the stove. And what did she say to them that made them say, I'm going to shoot
Yeah,
you in your
rewind it
face?
back. You listen. I'm gonna rewind it back. Shout out to Ryan from Breaking Barriers. That is the most ethical police officer, former police officer, and an officer liaison that I've ever met. If you guys want to see a police breakdown of this, he actually has it posted onto his Instagram. Go check out what he has to say.
The water?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll rewind it back just a little bit more. I'm sorry.
Huh?
where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
Rebuke you in the name of
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the fucking pot.
The fucking
Drop the fucking pot. Drop the fucking pot.
19 shots fired.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Drop the fucking pot. Bring EMS now. We got a headshot wound to the female. Headshot wound to the female. 1078. Fuck.
I was on. I'm gonna go get my kit.
No, you headshot, dude. You're done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot. God damn it.
God, fuck.
So she says, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And he said, you better fucking not. And he shot her. So now boiling water is a deadly weapon.
So, matter of fact, maybe I should pull up Ryan's video.
Maybe. Yeah. Pull up Ryan's
Let me
video.
pull
I
up
love
Ryan's
Ryan.
video.
I love Ryan. We'll take a time to listen to Ryan because I love him.
It's like a 2-minute watch. It's not long at all.
It's all right.
Breaking.
This is crazy.
It is crazy.
Like that escalated super quick. Like so quick that I'm like, wait, what?
Insanely quick.
Like, and those two guys are giants. They couldn't together tackle her.
Somebody sent me the video. Oh, Savory sent me the video. I can pull it up from my DMs. He's actually the one who I didn't even know anything about this shooting, and he let me know about it. So here's Ryan right here.
Arrested for murder. I'm going to break this thing down based on laws and case law, but then I'm going to give you guys my unfiltered opinion at the end because I'm pissed off. So officers responded to Sonia Massey's house when they received a phone call for a prowling investigation. Now, what a prowler is, it pretty much means that somebody's outside my house, maybe casing, whatnot. And so the officers respond to investigate. The officers get there, they walk around Sonia Massey's house, they don't find anybody, but what they do find is that there is a car outside with broken windows.
What's up?
I got some paperwork. Can you grab that Bible, please?
Yeah. Hey, I just need your name so we can get out of here. Was there any damage previous to your car?
Previous, yeah, it was.
Okay, what was the damage?
A dent, I believe.
What about windows?
Oh, it was something that happened earlier.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so I'm gonna pause the video here because this is actually a really key moment for the investigation from a threat assessment level. The officer asked her, hey, was your car like that? She actually confirms and said, yeah, my windows were like that. The reason that's important is because as the officers are doing this investigation, they started with their threat level up here. No doubt about it. They're walking around the house. Their threat level is up here. When there's nobody there, it should slowly start to come down. Once it comes down, they walk inside. They're talking to her. Hey, my windows were already broken. Okay, cool. My threat assessment level is going down a little bit. It doesn't mean that you're dropping your guard, but it just means that you're able to decipher whether or not something is a threat or not. And it allows you to go to the step 2 of the investigation, which is who is this person that we're dealing with? And she's the one that actually called. Let's continue to watch the video.
What is your last name? Shouldn't have to think about your last name. You're not in trouble. I just need to attach.
Massey.
Do you have an ID? That'd make things so much easier. I just need just driver's license will do, and then I'll get out of your hair.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will get your paperwork.
What paperwork?
Okay. I got some paperwork.
Well, just get your ID.
Well, let's get your ID first, and then
one task at a time here.
Okay.
I want to highlight something else in this video. You'll notice the officer say one thing at a time. The reason he said one thing at a time is because I think that these officers noticed that she's dealing with a mental health crisis.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sir.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
You doing all right mentally?
Yes.
Anytime I've been trained, when you're dealing with a person who's going through schizophrenia, bipolar, whatever it is, there's a lot of things going on in their head. And so you have to let them know, let's focus on one thing at a time because they can't think clearly. So that gives me the impressions that the officers were under the assumption that she was dealing from a mental health crisis. Keep in mind, at this moment in the investigation, the officers aren't necessarily investigating a crime at this point anymore. What they're really doing is they're conducting an assessment of a 5150, is what we call it here in California, which is a mental health hold. And in order to meet that criteria, a person has to either be gravely disabled, a danger to themselves, or a danger to others. And if they don't meet those 3 criteria, then yeah, they could be mentally ill, but it doesn't give you the lawful authority to remove them from their home. So that's the only thing that they're investigating up until this point, if you ask me, and that's only based on my training and experience.
And then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID is.
you had in that stack right there, maybe.
1 second.
Check on her.
Let me get this.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
Right. Right. Let me see.
The officer notices that the stove is on. He says, hey, look, I don't want the house to go up in flames. My question here, and this is obviously hindsight being 2020, but I can specifically talk to this because I've done it before in the field, is can the officer go and turn the stove off?
Right.
I believe that's important to know. You have 2 officers on scene. One officer could easily walk over and turn the stove off while the other one stays with her. I know some officers will probably say, well, that's hindsight being 2020. But look, I've been in similar scenarios. I've literally been on mental health calls for service where people have threatened to blow the house up. We walked in and we smelled gas. And the first thing that we did was walk into the kitchen and turn the stove off. So if you have 2 officers on scene, that's something that you can do. That's the advantage. Now, if it was 1 officer on scene, maybe that's not as likely, but still, those are things that I can legitimately say is possible for the officers to do. Even with hindsight being 2020, I think it's reasonable. And when it goes to court, it's going to come down to would another officer with similar time on and similar experience think to do that? And I think other officers would. And the only reason I can say that is because I've done it and other officers have done it in the field. Let's continue.
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
Rebuke you in the name of
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Okay, shots fired.
Drop the fucking pot. Drop the fucking pot. Drop the fucking pot.
19 shots fired.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Drop the fucking pot. Bring EMS now. We got a headshot wound to the female.
My personal opinion is I think the officer was wrong. I think that this situation could have completely been prevented. The officer, one, allowed her to go into the kitchen and grab the water. But at the end of the day, you're dealing with boiling water. Now, I'm not to say that boiling water can't cause serious bodily injury, which is important. It's an important element of the case law for us to utilize reasonable force or deadly force. Is a person going to cause serious bodily injury and or death? So can boiling water cause serious bodily injury? Yes. But what we have to keep in mind is these officers not only had distance away from her, but they also had a barrier in between them. And let's not forget the fact that they also had the ability to retreat. If the officers were there to arrest her, the case law and the penal code here in California says that we don't need to retreat. So that basically means that if I was arresting a person, I know I'm going to arrest them. If somebody is trying to cause harm against me, I don't need to retreat, and I can utilize the effective or appropriate force necessary to prevent escape, overcome resistance, or affect the arrest. I can do that. But in this scenario, they're not affecting an arrest. And so you can't necessarily stand on that case law and that penal code because you're not arresting her. So can the officer retreat? Yes, he can. She's not causing any immediate danger or harm to anybody else. And presumably it doesn't look like there's anybody else in the apartment. I can't be certain about that, but it looks like there's nobody else in the apartment. The officers have time on their side. So who's to say they can't just step out of the apartment, even talk to her from the doorway and see if you can negotiate and talk her down. And once the moment that water is out of that bucket or she's away from it, now you can reassess and figure out how you deal with it. So I believe the officer created the exigent circumstance, causing him to utilize deadly force. And this scenario, I don't believe it was justified, which is why he was fired and which is why he was also charged. One other thing that I want to highlight is this actually comes to us from Penal Code 835A, which is a penal code here in California, but a lot of its elements of the penal code and statutes come from federal law and case law like Graham versus Connor. So keep in mind, it may vary from state to state, but it's pretty consistent. It says a threat of death or serious bodily injury is imminent when, so this is when it's imminent. Based on the totality of the circumstances, a reasonable officer in the same situation would believe that a person has the present ability, opportunity, and apparent intent to immediately cause death or serious bodily injury to the peace officer or another person. A imminent harm is not merely a fear of future harm, no matter how great the fear and no matter how great the likelihood of the harm, but is one that from appearances must be instantly confronted and addressed. And I think that is what's so critical, because in this scenario, given the space, given the barrier in between the officer, we have to ask that question, is this imminent? And if it's not imminent, then I don't believe the officer is going to be justified in his use of that lethal force. Yes, there could have been great bodily injury. Yes, there could have been death, but that would have been if she was charging at them fast with a pot of water, like close to dumping it on her head, but none of those factors were present. And so if the officers had the opportunity to retreat, especially when you know that at this moment in time, she's not under arrest for anything, you're just dealing with a mental health crisis, that's what's really going to be called into question here. So up until this point, I've pretty much given you guys a breakdown based on law and things like that. But now I'm going to share my heart with you. I'm pissed off for many reasons. And the reason I'm really pissed off is because this officer had no empathy, no remorse for what he did. I don't know if you guys saw the long form video, but there's two other things I wanted to highlight in this video that you probably didn't see in the videos that are going viral. Let's watch.
She's still breathing, but she's losing a lot of blood from the head.
The officer says that she's still breathing. You had the opportunity to save her life, and you didn't. You didn't. As a matter of fact, this is what you said.
So, is there anything you think we can do for her? No. All right. I'm not even going to waste my med stuff then.
You're not even going to waste your med stuff for her. Again, officers, if this is your family member, would you want an officer treating your loved one like this, even if there was a slim possibility of survival? But it doesn't stop there. This is the last thing, and I'm only going to share this with you, not to add gasoline to this fire, but because I have to call it out, and because we all are better than this.
Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy.
There's freaking no excuse for that. Zero. The officer knew that she was dealing with mental health issues. And if you guys have never had family members with mental health, then okay, you may not understand what it's like for them to go through what they go through, but mental health is a real thing. And so the mere fact that you're going to say that this bitch was crazy as your way of coping or justifying what you did, it's unacceptable. Don't get me wrong. I understand that officers process trauma differently. So I'm not negating any of that, but what he's saying and what he's going through is unacceptable. It's demonstrated by the callousness for the moment he shot her. He didn't want to utilize medical aid. It's demonstrated that when he had the opportunity, when he found out that she was still breathing, he still didn't utilize medical aid. It's demonstrated when he walks out and then he says, this chick is crazy. All these things tell me that this officer was wrong in what he did. This is not one of the favorite things I like to do in my job when creating content, but it's a necessary thing that I have to do in order to maintain that bond and relationship that we should have with the community. But one last thing, this officer does not represent a system. This officer does not represent law enforcement in its entirety. And that's why myself and other officers will stand up and call people like this guy out. This officer was arrested for murder. I'm going to break this thing down based on laws and case law, but then I'm going to give you guys my unfiltered opinion.
What do you think?
Was like probably one of the best videos I've ever seen him do, because I watch a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
I love like that was like a full body breakdown.
Amazing breakdown. So you know who else did a breakdown?
Tatum, I saw in the comments. What did he say?
Did a breakdown. Look, I'm always gonna have tons of respect for Tatum.
Oh,
I
he's
think
just
he's a cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
But this is disgusting. I'm sorry.
Let's hear. I haven't seen this. Let me see it.
This is justified, but it could have been avoided, but still justified. You can't throw boiling water on a police officer and not get shot.
Here, grab your ID for me. Okay. Your ID. One task at a time. So let's do.
She seems to be someone who's struggling mentally. They asked her to go and turn that fire off because they didn't want it to catch on fire while they were over there talking to her. And this is what happens next.
Huh? Where you going? Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Do I agree with the way he articulated what he said? No. I don't like when officers talk like that, because this is what happens. When you end up shooting somebody, you already look like a deranged fool.
Drop the fucking pot!
If there's a black woman that's involved in any incident, they are automatically want to indict the police officer because they're white. They make it about a racial thing. They compared this woman to Breonna Taylor. It's so disingenuous. I think that this is justified, but it could have been avoided, but still justified. Boiling water on a police officer and not get shot.
I mean, you could, first of all, that's nowhere in comparison to what Ryan did. Ryan did an unattached breakdown of the facts. And I agreed 100%. I mean, without even Ryan's breakdown, to tell you the honest truth, I said to you, since when is water a deadly weapon?
Yeah.
You're supposed to meet force with force. And those two guys were gigantic. They could have easily diffused that situation, you know?
But you know what's interesting? And I agree with you, Birdman. I've watched this video I don't know how many times, and I've specifically watched this one. I don't think the water is thrown until they shoot her or he shot her.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me what you say. We can watch this a few times. I'm gonna pull it up so that it's big and everybody can look.
But to me, it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter, but I'm just saying she didn't throw boiling water on him until after the fact. So
yeah,
technically it does matter because they're saying their evidence or their reason for shooting her, his reason for shooting her is because number one, he lied and said she charged at him.
Which she didn't.
Which did not happen. So if he's going to lie and say she charged at him, and we're looking at a video in which the water does not fly out of the pot until she's struck in the head, it's more than murder. This is first degree murder.
Yeah.
You need to go to jail for life.
And how does I rebuke you in the name of Jesus create this no the fuck you better not or whatever response he said? Why did that bother you so much? Because you would think an officer would hear that and be like, you rebuke me? Okay, well, do me a favor and get your license and we'll get out of here. Just want to make sure everything's good. You know what I mean? Why? I just don't understand the escalation from what she said to how he responded. It's very
I don't get
odd.
it either. So this is her. That to me, she's lifting the pot up. And this is after she's struck. I don't know if there's sound on it. No, there's no sound on it, but
I'm trying to look under his arm like I can see.
I know. I was doing that too the other day. I'm like, this pot is up, but I can't tell if she's like throwing the water because it looks like she throws the water, but it also looks like she's hit and the water flies forward.
Which it could be as a result of the hit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I think that is something super important to look at, especially if you're going to be having conversations around this. It's not justified. I said it the other day. I don't believe the cops are justified. I hope this guy goes away for a long time, and I hope the other officer who was on the scene receives some sort of consequence too.
Yeah.
Because their conversation after the fact, this is what makes, and it's really sad that this is what all it takes, but this is what makes Black people despise and not trust law enforcement. This right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then it compounds when Tatum gets on his platform. I don't believe he watched the full video. There's no way you watched the full video and you came to that assessment.
There's no way.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say you watched the minute and 40 something seconds that we all watched, and you didn't watch the end where he said, I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to waste my med kit on her. And the bitch is crazy. There is no way you're coming to a justified conclusion and you watch the entire video. So
him and Ryan are friends. I hope he does watch the video because he is friends with Ryan.
He did a full breakdown video. Well, I'm going to go watch that on his YouTube. I'm going to go watch that on his YouTube. But like I'm saying, these conversations in former law enforcement, and this is a problem that I have with Drew, when you talk to people like they're trash and like we don't have a clear understanding of case law, I knew he was going to bring up Graham versus the United States to begin with, because who did I learn that from? I learned that from Uncle Said. He helped me understand case law and how it sets precedent in these situations where there's a police involved shooting. You're going to irritate and exacerbate an issue that is already major in this country. We have to have citizens trust cops or crime goes nowhere. And we'll continue to have the same conversations about crime taking over this country.
Yeah. But I will say this also, it doesn't help that the only videos that make it viral are videos like this, because there are videos that show good relationships with cops in the community and things like that. And it's sad. It's sad that they use this type of stuff, because I hate that happens. And I hate that there's bad seeds. And I love that Ryan said at the end, these cops don't represent the entirety of the police force in any, situation, which I think is very responsible of him to say that. Again, his whole thing was just incredible. Incredible. I love that he shared the facts and the case law first, and then he said, and now I'm going to share my heart. This is completely disgusting what these guys did. And it really is. No remorse. They didn't even seem shaken. Like they were like, oh, like this is just any other day. We just shot somebody. She was a crazy bitch. That's it. Yeah.
Woo! I think we got through all of our topics, Mo.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think there was much. It was like, guys, it's just ever so quick that this news is going to turn around. I mean, tomorrow we could have no president, which frankly, I don't wish for. I do not wish for. I do not wish for. I would like to see Biden finish out his term. I'm actually quite sad that he's not going to be able to go through with his run for presidency. But at the same time, we've recognized how ill he has been. And you know what else is weird is I saw more right-wing pages wondering where Joe was before he resurfaced than I did it from people on the left. Like nobody really seemed to care that Joe just like disappeared off the face of the earth after the debate. Nobody saw him. Nobody seemed to care. And I was like, that's really sad that the left has just like easily disregarded him. And it's like, oh, okay, he's not running anymore. Okay, well, we're done. We're done with him. We don't really care. That's really what it is. And P.S., where's freaking Jill?
Where's Jill?
Where is Jill? She should have been the first one when her husband got sick, because she's been his spokesperson lately, to come up and be like, you know what, my husband needs some time. He's not feeling well. She didn't show up anywhere. What the hell?
It's sad, guys, but this is the news. This is politics. This is what's going on in America.
Yeah.
I think this was a good show. Like,
that was
we
fun.
had a good show. We haven't been able to do 2 shows a week, but we were able to get everything done in less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
Less than 2 hours.
And it's crazy because, normally, like, I save a few funny, things that we can go to. And it's been so serious lately that, like, I haven't even come across anything
We
that's
have
like,
funny things. Well, I think
No.
what's her name? I think Cardi B was the comedy for us today.
I know, but even that was like really kind of just like not our usual. Usually we have something like really ratchet, you know what I mean? Like just nothing. It's been very, very serious. I did watch, was it Alex Jones with Candace Owens? Did you see that interview?
No, I've been staying away from Alex Jones lately.
Oh, girl. First of all, I was like, wasn't he in jail? I could have sworn
he went to jail.
I thought he did for the whole Sandy Hook thing, or I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Anyways, he got
Anyways,
sued. Like they sued him for millions.
yeah, but I thought there was something about him reporting to jail. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh.
But it's coming back up again. Like everything that Alex Jones said is coming true. And here we go again. Well, in the interview with, I think it was with Candace, or maybe it was with Tucker. I can't remember which one it was with. It was with Candace. He said that he was actually consulting with Trump on a few things.
God, please.
Yeah. And I was like, please don't, Trump. Don't go
Please
down the
don't.
rabbit hole.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Alex Jones was good for he's good for the conspiratorial, the deep state, the Xing, what is his name? Xi Jinping, whatever the hell his name is.
Xi Jinping.
Yeah, guy in China.
Yeah.
The Rocket Man. Trump calls him Rocket Man, North Korea guy.
Yeah.
Leave him where he's at.
Oh, Steve Bannon.
Right.
Steve Bannon. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Steve Bannon.
No,
I thought he was out. He went back to jail.
Yeah, he went back to jail. Okay, but see, you have to understand this though. Candace, she's getting deep into the conspiracies. She really
can tell,
is.
a little too deep.
She was getting deep in, and man, she really is loving going live these days. She loves to do the lives. Like all her stuff is live.
We can
now.
close out with this because it's all centered around our potential Democrat president, Kamala Harris. And the hood got to speak out. And I appreciate when the hood speaks out.
Oh, I saw that.
Here go Charleston White.
My favorite.
Man, they got me fucked up. I wouldn't dare vote for no black bitch. Now, listen, I was raised by black women. I got a grandmother, I got black sisters, but I wouldn't dare put no black woman in no motherfucking position of the White House. The commander-in-chief of the military, a black woman. Not only that, a mixed black bitch married to a white man. Her pH balance is way off with that white bitch. Man, you can't make me believe. Hell no. Man, Kamala Harris got a white boy. Her pH balance is off, and her mental stability got to be off. A hoe would have thrown off pH balance unless she's sneaking and fucking a nigga. Now, if she's sneaking and fucking a nigga, then we might can let her be vice president. But there's no way.
What?
America. I'd rather for black people to go back to slavery than let a black woman run this goddamn country.
Dang.
Don't do it. Jay, listen, man, I'm against anything with a black woman running shit. Motherfucker, bitch, you get your ass back in that bedroom and in the kitchen. But the White House, America, we can't do this here now. Hell no. Hell no. I'd rather have another motherfucking civil war before we let a bitch run this motherfucker. Got me fucked up. Go back and get Barack, if anything. Find another mixed baby. But don't put no bitch in there.
That was funny. That was funny. That was funny.
Said, I'm trying to go back to slavery. Shit, we can have a civil war.
Listen, that is actually a very good take. And I'll tell you what, I feel the same way about my people. Don't put a Latino woman in there either. It'll be the same problem. It'll be the same problem.
Yo, thank you guys for rocking with us this Tuesday. Remember, guys, we're only doing one show a week until I get settled into my new residence. I'll be leaving in officially a month. We'll be out of here. So in 4 weeks, I'm probably not gonna be back here for a lot of our shows. My things get picked up on the 16th.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of whether I want to pack my equipment with me for like the mental security, knowing my stuff is okay, or if I want to put it in my suitcase. I don't know. We'll figure it out though. But thanks for hanging with us. I hope you
No
enjoyed
show
the
Friday.
show. No show Friday. Mm-mm.
Yeah. So the next time we'll be on will be next Tuesday, and then we
Next
won't have
Tuesday.
another show on Friday. So you guys, basically no more Friday shows until we're back full time, which probably won't be till September.
Yeah. But you will see me. I'll be hopping around. I've been getting sucked into different lives. You'll see me on TikTok. You'll see me on Breaking Barriers. I'm going to go back to Breaking Barriers, guys. Just so you know.
She going back.
No, that doesn't change anything here. This is my main priority. But I'm going to be appearing over there every now and then.
I'm her main bitch. You hear that, right?
That was so gay. Don't ever say that again.
I'm your main bitch.
I'm your main bitch. That made me think of that Chris Brown song.
Yeah. No, I think it's good to, this is not news to me, guys. Me and Soonie and I talked about it yesterday. I think it's good to diversify because there's chemistry that Soonie has with different people that is good, right? Like she needs to get around. I need to get around, like there might be things that I do on my own too. I have nothing to do with politics. Cause let me tell you right now, if I go and do something else, it ain't gonna do nothing with politics. This is gonna be talking about all kinds of girl stuff, makeup, okay?
Periods,
exactly,
pH balances.
Exactly. We're gonna talk about Kamala's pH balance, not politics. Soonie loves this stuff, so she's got to diversify. It also helps us grow our channel because, as you saw tonight, there's people that come over from other channels that have seen Soonie somewhere else to hear. So that's a good thing.
It's a good thing. So yeah, we won't see you Friday. We'll see you next Tuesday. I'm going to host a live with Deontay. We're going to talk about Joy Reid. I'm also going to, because I'm hearing Tatum double down. So look, we're going to have fun tonight. Okay. We're going to have fun tonight. I got a bunch of free time on my hands until my husband gets home. But anyways, thank you for showing up. We'll see you guys next Tuesday.
And your Instagram is gone. You didn't tell the people that.
Oh, yeah. People are asking about my Instagram. My Instagram is gone for right now. I'm waiting for IG to get back to me to tell me if I can get my account back. But if people are wondering where I am, I'm on my backup page. It's Susu Reloaded. All right.
Wait, on Instagram, Susu Reloaded?
Susu Reloaded. This is an old page that I've had. Every time I get blocked, I would go live on here. So if y'all want to follow me, I would love to get those almost 10,000 followers back. I was almost at 10K. If you want to follow me and follow the lives that I continue to do, go follow that page right there. Matter of fact, I can pull it up over here because I'm logged in.
There you go. Because that was just ghetto of me.
I don't have anything posted. You can still see my account. It's not gone yet, but it's up in limbo. Go follow me here. This is where I do lives, and also follow me on TikTok. Me and Liddell have been doing crazy lives over there. That is a whole different ball game. If you're sensitive, do not go over to TikTok. All right. And also follow me on Twitter. And my name on Twitter is the Black Pearly Things. Yes, that was intentional because I think I need to do something to get my name out there. And what better way to do it than to go after Pearly Things? Because I think she's disgusting.
Yeah. I agree. And yes, I just followed Soonie.
She didn't follow,
she didn't follow me. Just so you know,
main bitch, but I'm
just
her
so
side
you
bitch.
know,
Like,
exactly.
what?
But she's treating me like a side bitch because she didn't even find me to follow me to let me know, like, hey, this is my new account. She's only been through like 12 accounts, y'all. How am I supposed to know that Susu Reloaded was the new one?
Hey, I got 2 people following me. Let's go. I don't even see your page. I'll follow your page.
Yeah, follow mine because
I'll make the
my
first
limit.
step.
I may be at my limit for follows because sometimes it'll let me click the follow button, but if
Yeah.
I'm at my limit for follows, then it'll unfollow.
Doesn't
and
let
not-
you.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, I'll see you over on Instagram in a little bit. We're out of here.
Okay. Bye.
Ooh, wrong house. Wrong song.
Is the stream still going and I'm over here coughing?
So when you're done getting